trading journal. This is for me, but I'll probably post it for you guys, talking about issues in my trading, things that are going well, things that aren't going so well, particularly in my crypto trading. What day is today? Today is July 21st or something. You guys are going to see this in August. I'm having a profitable month in crypto. It's enough to cover bills and all that, which is great, but it could have gone so much better, and I feel like I've made a lot of errors, and I've had a number of nice breakthroughs, but I want to talk out loud and analyze, and I have some of it is behavioral of just my own fucked up self, but a lot of it is technical things that are fixable. So let's get into it. Now, first of all, I have an amazing system, and I am following it for futures, but I'm not following it for crypto. And if I had followed it for crypto, July would have gone much better, because if I had just taken the trades on Bitcoin and ETH as the system dictated, I would be doing a lot better. However, I'm not saying that I necessarily regret that, because I could be doing even better if I made some other tweaks here. So what I do have is I have a system that gives extremely accurate market direction on the correct assets. So it'll tell me Bitcoin, ETH, Solana are going into a major uptrend here, most likely, or at least an uptrend. It might be choppy, but they're going up. At the same time, I have it will also tell me that, hey, we're gonna get a sell signal here, or we got a sell signal. You can maybe short the alt market, but this is a good time to be on the sidelines in cash. So I have those signals, and what I decided I would do is, instead of just entering with the system enters with a super wide stop and just waits, and that would have worked pretty well. There was an entry on Bitcoin at 56,000, and it's at 68,000. I think the stop was at 40 something though. So I mean, if I had followed the system exactly, it would be up, I don't even think 2R, but it would be up, and there would have been a low stress, nothing to do for weeks after entry. So what I've been choosing to do is, okay, it's giving a long signal. I'm going to trade it with tighter stops on a lower time frame and trade the same signal. And that could have worked great, but what I found is I have a tendency to add to my position as it's going against me and cut my position entirely as it's going against me. And even doing this on a low time frame. So what that means is, times when the market goes in a straight line, it's possible for me to make a lot of money, because I'm adding, it's moving in my favor, I'm adding, it's moving in my favor, I'm adding, it's moving in my favor. But at some point, it's going to come back, and I usually, I've had so many popcorn trades where I see a huge P&L, and it reverses all the way, and I cut it. Or even it just goes in my favor, and I add, and then it comes back. So this happened on the way up, where I'm in my entries, I'm adding, moves in my favor a little bit, comes back to break even, I cut. Price goes higher. Moving in my favor, I add. Price comes back, I cut. So I realized that from a technical trading perspective, I mean, part of it is fear and greed based, but I can change my behavior. I don't see why not. I've changed my behavior in a number of ways, from smoked weed for 10 years, haven't smoked weed for 5 years, same with caffeine, alcohol, so on. But, so I need to change my behavior around that. And what it is I'm trading the right direction, but I need to change my trade management. So the first is, I think if I'm not gonna be, if I'm gonna swing trade, it gotta be super wide stops, and that's fine. But if I'm gonna take the time to manage my trade on a lower time frame, which I might, I need to, if I'm gonna go long, for instance, I need to look for a pullback deviation for entry. If I'm short, I need to look for a small rally deviation to enter. So a small rally deviation is not an invalidation for a short. A small pullback deviation is not an invalidation for a long. That needs to be my entry. Now, when I talk about a deviation, I'm talking about a swing failure on a smaller time frame. The price comes and takes an old 4-hour low, or yesterday's low, maybe. That could be a good place to enter if I have the long signal up, right? So I started drilling this. The second thing is, so I'm going to change my add-on. We'll come back to that. The take profit. Changing my behavior. Where I normally would add on, which is as price spurts in my favor, I'm drilling myself to take a small profit there now. Close 25% of the position to 50% of the position. Not just moving in my favor, but if I buy the long and it comes and takes an old smaller structure and starts to pull back, cut 25 or 50%, that's going to make it easier to hold through the pullback. And if price wants to continue breaking out, I still have my position. And if price comes back, pulls back, and gives a little deviation, now instead of getting shaken out, this is where I can add to my position. So what I'm looking for, damn, am I getting fucked in traffic? We'll check. What I'm looking for now is longs. For my longs, I'm looking for, instead of, I've done so many tours, this is the first time I've seen traffic. I gotta check the traffic, wrap up this video so I can alert the people I'm picking up. Might clear up soon. Yeah, so instead of buying a breakout and then cutting as it pulls back and just hoping it just break, I'm more realistic of take a little profit on the deviation rally, add a little bit on the pullback, and that would be a way for me to stick with the trade a lot better. So if I had reversed those things, if I reversed a lot of my entries and exits, I would have made way more. Now, I still made money because of the general market direction, trading in the right direction. I've been trading Bitcoin and ETH long since the bottom. but I didn't make that much as I could have if I had been buying pullbacks and selling rips instead of, for me, buying breakouts and then cutting as it goes against me, and then I'm flat for a day and it rallies higher, and then so that's something I noticed with my behavior. And I think also it's going to make it a lot just less stressful, because what I'm finding is losing triggers me and winning can trigger euphoria, which is a problem, but which is a problem. That's another thing that I'm becoming aware of. There's been a couple times when I've felt euphoric and I've posted my account size, and it's always before a major pullback in equity. So I need to pay attention to that and be like, hey, this is probably this might be an opportunity for me to flatten all positions, right? So what else can we say here? Something I've generally been doing a good job at is knowing when to unplug and go do other things. Yeah, I also feel like I probably over risk a lot of the time, which just makes things a little bit harder at times, causes some issues. But overall, I mean, I'm happy I'm making money. It's just not as simple. Yeah, another thing is with the shorts, I really want to wait until the market as a whole is giving me a clean setup rather than using it as a hedge. So just be way more patient. Instead of just logging on and immediately entering, just like look for mark out somewhere that could be a better entry, and then also mark out places that could be a better TP. So yeah, I'm kind of drilling this in my behavior, and I mean, it's really tough when New York session is when I'm asleep, because that's when a lot of the best deviation entries happen. But yeah, and that's another reason for just trading the MTP system, which I might try to just get back to that. So anyways, appreciate y'all, much love, and thanks for watching if you did. Just trying to continue to get better. Making money is great. I'm super happy and grateful for that, but gotta get a lot better. Okay, appreciate you, much love. Peace.